Alright guys, so I'm going to run you through the brake setup quickly and the different parts that we've got here. We very fortunate to be associated with Upgrade Motorsport. These guys manufacture everything in the UK, some really high grade quality stuff. So let me run through what we are doing. Where to start? Let's start with the brake bias. So this is the brake bias assembly that we're going to be using. It's all high grade quality motorsport stuff. So how this works is this is going to go into the actual carbon fiber pedal. So once the carbon fiber pedal is made, this piece will sit inside of that, and then kind of have that spherical bearing where it's going to be sitting on. I'm going to make sure that the pedal itself has a lot of rigidity, because my one concern was that there's so much play and flexibility on everything that we're using that, you know, if the pedal's not 100% rigid or has any play at all, it could potentially create, you know, a stiffer feeling or a harder feeling, or even a softer feeling. So let's see what that looks like. But basically that goes into the carbon fiber pedal like that. This then obviously slides in there and sits inside of that piece there, so it sits like that. Then we've got the brake bias, which this is the extras. This is already installed in the car. This has got a little locking pin here, so that pretty much just screws on there. And if you look inside there, it's got a locating pin there, and that piece now sits inside there like that. And then we put the grub screws in and we lock it in place. And if you look at what it does, this little handle here, I'm going to try and get it done for you guys. You know, I probably should have taken it out of its plastic. Alright, so what it does now is we've obviously got that adjusted, and then it moves the distribution from left to right. So as you tighten it or loosen it, it'll either give one pedal more or one pedal less. So, you know, if it's adjusted more to the one pedal, that's kind of how it looks. So when you're pressing now, this side is going to get more friction or more pressure applied than this side. So, you know, on a lot of the race cars that we've raced and been involved in, it's usually like a 60-40 split, but sometimes drivers want their own little preferences. So ultimately, this will be a preference that Caleb will decide what he wants or what he wants it to look like. Then the things that I'm most excited about are the spherical bearing master cylinders. So these are machined from solid billet, and the quality is just incredible. And this is the 0.7, which will probably run on the rear, and this is the 0.625. So this is the front and this is the rear. And how these work obviously is we just screw them on like so. And screw them on like so. And that goes in there. So the pedal is here now, and the CNC bracket sits in the back here. So this will mount on its own bracket in the back. And inside the tub we have the aluminium inserts where this will actually bolt down onto, boom. And there's a bolt that goes straight through to the opposite side. And then obviously the pedal's got its own little bracket, or the two pedals mount onto one little bracket. And so this is really what the setup looks like at this stage. And that's what we're going to be doing. So let's see where it ends up looking like, and then we can take it from there. You know, if you look here, there's our brake setup. So this is going into the rollover hoop on the firewall. I'm going to have to make some allowances because the thread isn't very long. I mean, this is just made for a thin little mounting plate or little shim bracket or something like that. So obviously we're having to change the design on the tub to allow us to be able to fit this and get a nice solid screw down on there so that it doesn't move. So yeah, that's what we've got. That's what it looks like. Let's get going. Yeah, do you want it down there?
Somewhere around here.
Okay.
Probably there.
So let me try and hold it for you. Oh my word, I can't even get in yet. It's so tight, man. Okay, go. Okay, so try and adjust it.
It's like you're driving.
Yeah.
And then when you need a brake, can I just...
Yeah, so you'll only ever adjust it if you feel your front's got too much brake or if the rear's got too much brake.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Just hold it there for me, please. Okay, I get something to mark it.
It's around there. Is it already a lock? Or where should be? Also, put my finger where it is.
Oh my word, we have to get in here. Where is it?
There.
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 Okay, so you want it there, boy?
Yeah. It's around the tip of the block you made.
Alright, so if I just explain, so what we're going to do is we're now going to cut a hole in here to the same ID to this one. And then, so that'll be the ID, and then we're going to create the OD using this. And then we'll glue this 8mm piece of carbon fiber into the rollover hoop to make sure we haven't lost any structural strength. And then we'll put a carbon loop on the inside again to seal it off. So let's see how that works out for us. so we've now mounted the brake bias adjuster. We've got the steering wheel back in place, and now we're going to decide on where we want to mount the activation cable for the fire extinguisher system. So, Caleb's right-handed, so the idea is, maybe we should have it on the right-hand side of the tub like that. It's quick, it's out the way, there's nothing else in the way here, and try and keep these two in line so it's easy to get to. Plus, if a marshal needs to get in here and activate it, if he's unable to pull the back lever, at least he can still get in. So we'll probably mount it in the same place. Caleb was very comfortable with the position of this. He felt it was easy for him, and if he's in the car, logically it'll be an activation from here. So we'll mount it in there like we did this one and see where we end up. Take it from there. Cool, let's go. So if I mount it up here, just thinking there's nothing in the way here. He grabs it, pull. So I'm going here, grab, pull. Nothing stopping here. Again, we'll move it all this up. Someone reaches in to grab it. Yeah, for me that's going to work. So let's just get a code key, our magic code key.
Will this insert be done with the same logic as you did that one, basically?
What's that?
Like with the same boring of the holes?
No, so this will be a little bit simpler.
Okay.
Because it's just easier. If you look at this, this piece is, in principle, it's going to be the same thing, just smaller.
Okay.
And then we'll just mount it in there. Actually am considering cutting the hole here. And then, just want to see the thickness here. See, it's got a spring washer in here, which we need. So we need that spring washer, otherwise we won't get the traction. So let's have a quick look at what we're going to get here. So that's 5mm thick there, with compression, 5mm. And that's about 2mm thick in there. So I don't think we have to